Previously on Spenelli Speaks. I am so far behind in reading. Hi everyone, Diane here. Welcome back to my channel. So this is the beginning of my mid-month book bash vlog, and it's already almost 10 p.m. The last time you saw me on my channel, I was talking about all of the books that I need to read this weekend and how I was going to start tonight, Friday night, to get as much reading as I can this weekend. And it's literally 9:45. Here's the problem. I'm trying to upload my video for YouTube, and my darn software has done the whole non-responding thing like 3 times. So it's been taking me a really long time to edit, render, upload, yada yada. So right now, my video is rendering, which is good. It's only 10 minutes long, so it shouldn't take too long. So I figured I would come upstairs, I would start this vlog, and I would pick out a book to read tonight, because I need to get something done tonight. Otherwise, nothing's gonna get done. So I have this big pile of books, and you know the books I'm talking about. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to spend some time on tonight. And it's really come down to either East of Eden, because it's been really good and I've been really enjoying that, or Once Upon a River, because that has also been really good. Because if I read something tonight that I don't enjoy, it'll make me really tired and I won't be able to get anything done. So it has to be something that I have been like already enjoying. I can't start something new because you know how that is. Like the first couple of pages of a new book is always kind of like, you just want to like really skip the first chapter and like plow right through to the good stuff. So, gosh, I think I'm gonna go with East of Eden. I'm gonna do East of Eden. So, like you saw in my TBR video, I need to do 100 pages in this. So, I'm thinking I might be able to get at least, because I'm also finishing editing and everything, so I have to finish that. I'm gonna try really hard to get the 100 pages I need to get done in this done tonight. That way I'm ready for tomorrow morning. Wish me luck. So I'm reading East of Eden and I've gotten 10 pages. 10 pages. $11 or 12 pages farther than where I left off. I did finish uploading my video, but as you can see, I can't keep my eyes open. I'm so tired. This always happens on Friday nights. I just cannot keep my eyes open. So I'm putting my bookmark in my book of East of Eden. This is not a good start to the mid-month book bash. So bright and early tomorrow, we're gonna wake up and see how many books Danny can finish. Oh. Good morning. It is 5:15 on Saturday morning. I'm making coffee. You might ask yourself, Danny, why are you awake so early on a Saturday? Well, friends, couldn't sleep all night because I know of all the books I need to read. But also, my husband works second shift. He gets home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then he comes to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm a very light sleeper and I'm awake. So I'm making coffee. So yesterday when I went to Pick and Save after work, I picked up a few things, including a dozen donuts. So I'll have one of these for breakfast because why not? I can have a donut for breakfast. I have my big pile of books in the other room. I'm gonna start with East of Eden because I tried to get some of that last night like you saw in an earlier clip, and got like 10 pages in because I was too tired. So I'm gonna plow through that first and then I'll decide what's next. But right now I am gonna go and get that situated. Ooh, let me show you what creamer I have. I got this from Pick and Save last night too. It is a International Delight Fruity Pebbles creamer. Either this is gonna be real gross or really good. I'm gonna attempt to sit down, but my boys, this is gonna be fun. So right now, I don't know if you can see him, but there's Dwight. And Kingston's probably like right behind me. Yep, right there. Oh, now he's, let's see if I can sit down. Oh, you can hear him. Are you gonna let Mom sit down in her chair so she can read with her big pile of books? Hey, Dwight. That's my book. Kingston, are you gonna let me sit down? I wanna sit down right here, but let me set you up so you can watch how ridiculous this is gonna be. Hey, I just want to read. I just want to read. Hi. 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 Can you go lay down? Can you go lay down? Oh. Hi. Oh. I love you too. You stink. Can you go lay down? Oh. Hi, Kingston. Hi. Are you gonna come over? Oh! What was that? What was that? Come on, Kingston. You can come too. Oh, 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 jelly boy. Oh, jelly boy. Jelly boy. Jelly. I know. I know. You're so rude. You are so rude. Ah, Kingston can come too. Don't knock my book down. Hi, Kingston. Bye. Oh, now it's your turn, huh? Hi. Hi. Can I read now? Please? Can you lay down over here? Kingston, over here? No? Oh, you're back. Okay. Goodbye. Kingston, come over here. Good boy. So that is my morning routine. Takes a good couple minutes to get them settled down. Now Kingston's right here and Dwight's right there. I'll give you a look. So again, Kingston is in the crook of my feet, just hanging out. Hi, Kingston. And then Dwight is right there, hanging out. Now he realizes he's still tired, so, yep. So now I can start reading peacefully for about 20 minutes before they need something else. Okay, it is 7:45, so I've been reading for like 2 hours, I guess. I don't know. What time did I come down here? I don't remember. But I finished the section that I needed to finish in East of Eden. So that was like roughly 120 pages. And this book is going to be so good. So I have met the infamous Kathy Ames, who I know nothing about other than she is supposedly one of the best female villains in literary history. And let me tell you, I couldn't agree more. So the section that I just finished is basically the rest of part 1. So when I start reading this again, it'll go into part 2. But meeting her and her introduction to Charles and Adam, who are one of the two main characters, my jaw has dropped a couple of times. She is pure evil. And it's fantastic. So like I said, it is 7:45. I am going to let the dogs out because I'm going to want to start a next book and they'll bother me a little bit later if I don't let them out now. And I think the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the small bit that I have in Love in the Time of Cholera. And I'll let you know how that ended. So, wow. This is going to be such a good book. I mean, I have a lot left. So, I mean, there's so much more that could potentially happen. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. So I finished Love in the Time of Cholera. And I feel like, did I really care to finish this book? I mean, I will say this. Gabriel Garcia Marquez is a fantastic writer. There is beautiful language in here, and he is a fantastic storyteller. It is not my cup of tea. I can appreciate the language, I can appreciate the story, but I don't care for it. I definitely was completely bored. I hate read the last 100 pages because it's just like bleh, bleh, bleh. Now, if you like beautiful language, if you like slow burns, if you like books that just go on and on and on, this is the book for you. If you like fast-paced writing, stuff that like clicks, don't read this book. It's super long-winded. I'm not even quite sure what happened. I detest one of the main characters. I think he is a sleazeball, gross person, and ultimately gets what he wants in the end, and I find that disgusting. But I have a feeling that Gabriel Garcia Marquez wasn't quite the fondest of women. It seems like in this and 100 Years of Solitude, women are just sex objects, mothers, bearers of children. So I feel like the men seem to always just kind of rule the roost and get what they want. And so yeah, it was not my favorite book, but I'm glad I finished it. I will be telling Sarah my final thoughts, even though I thought I had my final thoughts, but I will give her my final thoughts now that I am finished. I'm going to take a brief break. It is 8:45, and then I'm going to finish The Color Purple next, so that I have that done. So I will let you know when I have finished that. Okay, so, whoops. It is about 12:15. I just finished The Color Purple, which I realized I had way more pages than I thought I needed to read in that book. So it took me a little longer than anticipated. And, okay, there you go. And, you know, that book, I did not like the beginning of the book. Wow. Whoa. A lot of depressing stuff happens. That's just heartbreaking and not ideal reading fodder for me. If you're in a bad mood, it's not something you want to read. Not that I'm always in a bad mood, but it was hard. If you've ever read this book, the very beginning is hard. Oh, there's a spider on the wall. Anywho, but the portion that I started today, the book begins to start being letters between the main character Celie and her sister Nettie. And that really started to get way more interesting because there was just different perspectives, because the sister was a missionary in Africa. So very, very interesting. So the second half definitely pumped it up for me as far as my enjoyment level. So thus far, it's Saturday, noonish. I have finished my section of East of Eden, I finished Cholera, and I finished Color Purple. So my next goal, I think I'm going to start Song of Wraiths and Ruin, because that is a YA novel, so it's a kind of a completely different genre of book. Those are more all like classic literary fiction. So I'm thinking I want to change genres and read that one. And with it being YA, I'm hoping I can get through it pretty quickly. But before I do that, I am going to take a shower because it is noon on Saturday. I'm still in my pajamas. So that's my plan. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, out of the shower. It's a little after 1. Yes, I am taking the dogs out again because this is what they like to do. Is they like just to go outside all the time, even if they don't have to go. Someone new comes downstairs, guess what? Outside. So I am all washed up and somewhat dry in the hair department. I don't really like drying my hair because it takes too long. I don't really care. But I'm gonna fix myself something to eat, and then I'm gonna start Song of Wraiths and Ruin, which is that YA novel by, is it Roseanne Brown? So I'm gonna start that next. I'm sorry if you can hear some vacuuming upstairs, but never mind, she's done. So I made myself a little sandwich. I've got a ham and cheese, mustard, tomato, avocado mayonnaise, and mustard sandwich on some like homemade bread from a bread place. And then I have some coleslaw, which I put it on in the little dish now because if you've ever made coleslaw, there's a lot of liquid. What happens is if when you put it on a plate, it just like disperses and gets into your sandwich. And I don't like that, so I'll go ahead and eat this. I'm getting a little nervous. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish all these books It's like a little after 4. Like when I say a little, I mean it's like 4:30. And I'm only about 100 pages into Songs of Wraiths and Ruin. It's really good. So it's about, there's a dual storytelling in here. So there's this Karina character who is a princess of sorts, and then there's this boy character, Malik, who has 2 siblings, and he's got some kind of magic in him. And this princess wants to leave the city, but we find out, and this really isn't a spoiler because it's pretty early on, I guess, but she cannot leave. And the boy, and I would say they're about, I think the princess is like 17, so I'm assuming the boy is the same age, around the same age. Well, something happens and he is set to kill. Good job. Set to kill the princess. So lots of things are happening. There's like this major festival that is going on. There's magic about it. Wraiths in this book are like, I want to say the way they're described, they're like little spiritual, or not spiritual, but like little demony gremlin things. And only this boy can see them. And I'm sure some other people who have magic in them. So it's really fascinating. And it's good. I like it. I like the writing style, and I like the characters are pretty solid. I really like that all of the sentinels, or like the guards, are women, which I love. That's awesome. But like, I've been reading this for 2 hours and I only have 100 pages. And I've been getting distracted by a few humanoids and a few animals in the last 2 hours. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna try really hard. To get this done, but so far I'm starting to have my doubts. I've been reading all y'all's comments and they all look great. Like, you're all really cheering me on, but I don't know, guys. I think I bit off more than I can chew. Hey friends. So I wanted to check in with you on my reading of Song of Wraiths and Ruin. I don't know if I'm going to check in anymore tonight, so I wanted to make sure that I did not forget. It's like 7:30, I think. Maybe a little bit later, maybe 8. I forgot to look at the time. I don't have a watch on. I don't have my phone in here either. But I'm pretty sure it's like close to 8. Last time I checked in with you, I was like at the 100 page mark or something like that. And now I'm at 236. I'm gonna try really hard to finish this tonight. I have about like 230 pages left, so I'm like at the halfway point. It's really good. It's really good. I'm really hoping, like, I'm starting to have like those like scary moments, like I'm not gonna be able to finish all this reading, and I really want to. I really want to crush this goal. So I want to finish this tonight. I'm gonna try really, really hard, but I have a feeling like I've been up since 5 o'clock. I've just eaten dinner. I'm worried that I'm gonna start getting really tired, but I'm gonna do my best. It's a really fast read. I know I kind of already explained it a little bit, but there's definitely magic in here. There is like family dynamic issues here, and there's so much in this book. It's really good. Like, I highly recommend if you're interested in like young adult fantasy. And I wouldn't even say, like, I'm not a big young adult fan, but this is really good. Like, I really like it. I don't think, the reason why I don't like a lot of young adult is because sometimes it gets way too mushy in a very immature kind of way. And this has not touched, like, has not done that at all. At all. Like, it hasn't really had a love thing happen which is awesome because it's all about these two main characters trying to bring their families to some kind of solace. It's so good. I'm very much enjoying it. I feel like I'm talking in circles. So good morning. Sunday. It's about 10 to 7. I just woke up. I just let one of the dogs out because the other dog has decided to take his little precious time. Are you ready? Okay, he's ready. I'll be back. I am so tired. I couldn't sleep anymore. My back was killing me. You ever get that where you're like laying in bed and you're just like you wanting to lay there and your back is just like, not gonna happen, friend. Oh, that's how it was today. So I think the last time I talked to you, I was like on page like 200 or something in Song of Wreaths and Ruin. I think I'm almost to, I think I'm at like 280 now. So I have like 170 pages left, 160 pages left, something like that. So we'll finish that today, so that's cool. But I really don't think I'm gonna finish all of my books. Like, man, because I think that London book, because that's another book that's like 400 and some odd pages long, I feel like that is gonna take me longer than these books. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm not going to start with Songs and Wraith and Ruin. I'm going to start with my little Paris library. I'm going to get 100 pages done in that first. And then I'm going to get 100 pages read in Once Upon a River. And then I will finish Songs of Wraith and Ruin. Then all I should have left of my TBR of doom is Pew, Ashes of London, and then my buddy read with Laura, which hypothetically I don't start reading until 5. And that isn't like, we want to finish it, but it's kind of like we kind of want to finish it. So I'm not holding myself to anything on that one. So I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm not going to finish Pew or Ashes of London. But here's the thing. Even if I don't, I got a lot of reading done this weekend. So, I mean, I guess it's one thumbs up. But, okay, so I shall let that other weasel in and then go and start my reading day. Okie dokie. It is about 9 a.m. and I've finished the section that I wanted to finish in the little Paris bookshop. I'm reading this with Janelle from Too Fond of Books. So I'm up to like chapter 20, which is about 140 pages in. And it's really good. If you've not read this book, it's basically about a man in Paris who owns a barge that has a bookstore on it, basically. And he like prescribes people books based on what he sees in their soul, but he has a problem with himself. He can't prescribe himself a book, and he has a lot of issues. 20 years ago, the love of his life walked out on him, and he's basically cut himself off from the world in a sense. He's not loved since, and not only has he not loved another person, but I don't really think he's loved himself. So we're starting to see him kind of start picking up the pieces again. There's a neighbor that gets involved. There's this young author that he is kind of becoming friends with, and it's been really interesting. It's like I was just telling Janelle, it's kind of like a slow burn book, but in a sense it's like we're learning about his soul more than what I think he anticipates. I don't know, I guess it's a weird way of saying it, but so yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. It's very good, and I didn't realize, and I talked to Janelle about this when we first started, but this is a translated book, and I thought to myself, I wonder how many books people read and they don't realize that they've actually been translated, because I know a lot of people on booktube, you know, they talk about wanting to read more books that are translated, and I wonder if you go back into your, you know, library, your books that you've read, how many books you've read that are actually translated that you didn't know about. So yeah, this one is a translated book, and I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to jump into my buddy read book that I'm reading with Angie from Science Mana. I'm just gonna grab it here so I can show you my copy, but we are currently reading Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. So this book you've probably seen all over booktube. There was just a read along with this, but essentially it's a book about storytelling, and it's in like the 1800s. I think the early 1800s is what I want to say. But a man bursts into a pub with a dead girl, and then she's not dead anymore, and then at the point where I'm at, it's essentially people are starting to wonder who the girl is, and also wonder how she's alive. And there's a lot of different characters, and there's a lot of different things happening all at once, but they all interconnect very well. And Angie and I were talking about how there are so many characters. There's a lot of people in this book, and sometimes that's very hard to keep everyone straight. However, Diane Setterfield has a wonderful way of being very succinct in the way in which she describes people. So even though you come to, you know, 3 pages describing this family on a farm, in 3 pages you get such a good idea of their ancestry of that area, how many people are in the family, what their connections are with one another, what they do for a living, and how they're connected to the story in 3 pages. It's incredible. You don't see that kind of writing style very often. So I've been very impressed by this book. This has actually been lent to me by my mom, and she also, I think she lent me the 13th Tale. She found both of them very, I mean, this says 150. I mean, a brand new book. And I think after reading this, I might have to read the 13th Tale, because I heard that one is very good as well. So I am loving this writing style. So I'm going to jump into this and try to get at least 100 pages read. And then I will come back and let you know what I thought. Okay, so I just finished another 100 pages in Once Upon a River. So I'm going to put that down. If you are interested in really, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get up, really mysterious books that you don't quite know what's going on and things aren't getting answered right away, and there's multiple characters, definitely read that book. Right now there is a couple that has come who believe the child is theirs, but I don't believe the child is theirs. It's very interesting how this book has been evolving. So I'm gonna pause there. I need to take a mental break. Plus, I need to get this kitchen in order because it's disgusting. And since I've been reading all weekend, I've been neglecting my house duties. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna grab my headphones and I'm gonna finish an audiobook that I've been listening to. It's just like a romance novel. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to show it to you later. It's not great. It's kind of like a meh, but it is what it is. It's a book. So I think I'm gonna go grab that, put my headphones on, and then get to clean in the kitchen. So I'm gonna put my hair up because Carol's gonna get some stuff done in this kitchen. Okay, so the book that I'm reading on audiobook is this one here. It's called The Bookworm's Guide to Dating by Emma Hart. And it's about these two characters. So the first being Kinsley. I couldn't even remember her name. Kinsley and then Josh. And Kinsley owns a bookstore with a couple of her friends. Imagine that. Never thought of that for a plot starter. And then Josh is, guess, her brother's best friend. Anywho, so she's like, can't find anybody, blah, 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 because she's a bookworm. And so Josh is like, I'll help you, even though I'm madly in love with you, but I can't date you because my brother, or your brother, and I have a pact that we won't date each other's sisters. Anywho, an age-old story, right? So, needless to say, spoiler alert, they get together. And now I'm to the point of the book where it could start getting really bad because people can start figuring it out, and is the brother gonna be mad, blah, 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 blah. So I don't have much left of the book. It was just kind of like a simple read to listen to on my way home from work. I will say there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm just like, why? This is silly. But anywho, it's something to listen to. I want to start getting some stuff done here in the kitchen, and then when I'm done with this, I am going to try to finish Song of Wraiths and Ruin, which is really good. It really reminds me of like Egyptian stories and stuff. I'm just thinking about like the way in which they've been describing like clothing and certain emblems and stuff. It just really reminds me of like Egyptian folklore, which has been really fascinating. I've really been enjoying this. I wish that this book could be a movie, because I would just love to see how it's visualized, because it's been really good. I've been really enjoying that one. So I want to finish that. I have about, I think I'm in the 280 range, so I have about like 180 pages left, so I should be able to finish that today. Like I said, and I think an earlier clip, I just can't imagine finishing London. So I might just have to return that and check it out at another time, which stinks because I really wanted to read that, but it is a chunkster and I don't want to try to like skim read it. I would really like to enjoy it, so probably won't be able to finish that one. But okay, I'm gonna get this thing started and get some stuff done. Okay, so I'm clean. So you saw me, I was cleaning the kitchen. So I finished all those dishes and then I swept the floor and mopped the floor. And then I finished my audiobook. Again, it was that Bookworm's Guide to Dating or whatever. And it's going to be a series that will follow more of the group of friends. It just was so predictable, and I don't know, it just wasn't, nothing was like, ooh, no one ever thought of that before. So I won't be continuing on in that series, but it was something to read, and that's just fine. So then I took a shower, and then I redid my nails, which I don't know if you can see them, but I did some French tips with some doggies. Can you see? So it's National Pet Day today. So I did some French tips with some dog stuff. Those are, my mom sells Color Street nails. So it's just like, it's like stickers almost, but it's actually nail polish, which is super cool. So yeah. So I just stuck some of the French tips on, and then I stuck the other ones on. So I thought that was pretty cute. So I did that. Pretty much just procrastinating. But now I'm going to get back into songs, or a song of Wraith and Ruin. I'm at 283, and it's 465 pages long. So I should be able to finish this. My husband and his daughter are in the living room, so I'm gonna go and hang out in my bedroom to finish reading this. And considering it is 10 after 2, this will probably bring me right up to when I'm gonna start reading with Laura. So I don't know about Pew and London, so we'll see. We'll see. Oh, okay. It's 6 o'clock on Sunday. I just finished Song of Wraiths and Ruin, which was fantastic. I did not realize that this book is a duology, so it ends at the beginning of a lot of stuff. So good. If you like fantasy, if you like folklore and magic, oh, it's good. It's really good. I highly recommend this book. It's lovely. It's really good. Okay. So I finished that. I was supposed to start reading with Laura at 5 for the Crimson thing. Seduction of the Crimson Rose. Yes. But I'm going to quick feed the dogs, get a snack myself, and then I'm going to jump on that. And I'm going to try to finish that book today, because Laura and I would like to get done with that. You guys, guess what? Okay. So let's be real. I'm not going to be able to start or finish London Ashes. But guess what? I am saved by my Hoopla account, because look what I just found on Hoopla. The audiobook! The audiobook! So I'm okay now. I'm okay. So I've basically finished everything that I wanted to finish this weekend, except for I gotta finish the Crimson Rose, and I have that Pew book. But remember, mid-month book bash goes through Monday. So there's a chance that I could finish Pew sometime tomorrow. And then because I have this on audiobook, I will start this, obviously not finish it because it's 12 hours long. But the whole reason why I wanted to read that book is because it's due to the library tomorrow. So ipso facto, I actually accomplished my goal, because not only can I return that book on time, I'm still going to be able to read it now, as opposed to having to return it to the library, then check it out at some point. I am so excited. I'm so excited. So I don't know. In the comments below, do you feel like that is a win, or do you feel like that is a fail? I guess we'll see if I can get Pew and Crimson Rose finished. Gosh, I can't wait. Good morning. It is about 6 a.m. on Monday. I'm making coffee. I usually get ready for work around 6:30, so I figure as it is the last day of the mid-month book bash, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more reading done and try to crush my goal of all those darn books this weekend. So last night, I think the last time you saw me, I had finished Song of Wraith and Ruins. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, which, very good book if you like fantasy, like young adult fantasy. Which for me, again, for someone who doesn't like young adult romance stuff, because it's usually very stupid. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I was like Twilight all the way when I was a young adult. Now it's like really Divergent. That was stupid. I think Divergent was the book that really just killed young adult fiction for me, because the love piece of the whole book was just like, it to me was ridiculous. Whereas when I read Hunger Games, I was totally fine with it. And it was like the whole point of the book. It was like the biggest factor. And I was fine with that. But for some reason, Divergent, I was just like, seriously? And then since then, I have not been able to read a young adult book without going, this is dumb. That said, there's always some kind of romancing element, it seems, in young adult. which again is fine if that's what you like. But in Song of Wraiths and Ruin, it really was, it was there, but it wasn't like the defining factor, which I loved. The book is great, so definitely check it out if you like young adult stuff, fantasy. So then I did also finish my buddy read with Laura at Book Bubbler. We were reading the 4th book in the Pink Carnation series, which that one for me was called The Seduction of the Crimson Rose. Not my favorite of the series, but it's kind of like one of those things, you have to read it to get to the next book. So I read it, and now I can read the next book. I think Laura and I both felt the same way, but we didn't really like the 2 main characters going in. One of them has been kind of a recurring, it's gonna get real dark for a second. One of them has been a recurring character in some of the books, and he, when you first meet him, you think he is a villain, and then you think he's not, and then you think he is, and then in this one, obviously, you find out that he's not. Well, for him, I'm turning my alarm off. For him, you really start to enjoy him a lot more because you get into his head and you get to understand him a little bit more. And the female side of this coin, you meet in the previous book and you don't like her. She is a gold digger. She's not kind and just downright rude. And you get into this book and that's exactly what she is. And there's a part toward the middle-ish end where something happens which causes her to like become a little bit more kind. But again, it's like, yeah, you're still kind of full of it. So I still don't like her. So I'm glad I'm done with that book. So anywho, I figured I would wake up and try to today read and finish Pew. Because of all of those books I had on my TBR of Doom, these are the 2 that are left. Now, obviously, I am not going to get this done, but if you saw in my last clip, I can download this on audiobook. So even though I have to take this back to the library today, I can download it on audiobook, which I'm going to do this morning, and I'm going to start listening to it today because I finished that other audiobook. And now, because I usually always have 2 audiobooks going, one when I'm driving into work, one when I'm driving home. So now I have another place to put this. I'm so excited. So realistically, I can take this off my list. I feel so good about that. So if I can finish Pew, which is only 200 pages today, now I do work, so we'll see. If I can finish Pew today, I will have crushed my TBR of Doom. Okay, so I'm on my way to work and I have my 2 library books that I have to return. And I brought Pew as well. Now, because that is a BookTube prize book, I can't tell you anything about it, what I've read so far. I am like 40 pages in. Like I said, it's only 200 pages long, so I should be able to get a good chunk of it done today while I'm at work. And then when I get home, I should be able to finish it. So that's all I can really say. It is a fast read. You can get through it pretty quickly. It's a smaller book. And yeah, so that's all I can say about that one. But yeah, I'm going to take that to work. I'm going to drop by the library on my way home to return the London book and the Song of Wraiths and Ruin. And then when I get home from work today, I will finish Pew, finish this vlog, get it edited, uploaded for you all tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So yeah, I think the next clip should be my last. Okay, y'all, this is the final clip. Did Danny finish all the books? In my opinion, yes. But tell me in the comments below, do you think that this counts as finishing all the books that I had set for this month's mid-month book bash? Now, this is a good old pile. 2 books are missing because I had to return them to the library, remember? But let's talk about these. So remember, East of Eden, I needed to read the next section, which I did, plus 1 chapter. So it was a little over 100 pages. Got that done. Then I needed to finish my book club book from last month, which was like 130 pages that I had to finish. Got that done. Then I had to finish my buddy read from last month, which I thought was only like 50 pages. No, y'all, it was like 100 pages that I had to finish. Finished that. Then I have some buddy reads happening this month. Oh my gosh, I just pulled my bookmark out. I have no idea where I am in this book now. I think I'm at chapter 20. I have to go back and listen to my Voxer. But I wanted to read 100 pages in this book, which I did do. I think I'm at page, oh boy. Yes, I am. I'm at chapter 20. Okay, whew, bookmarks are for quitters anyways. So I did get 100 pages read in this buddy read. Then, because I wanted to make my buddy happy, we finished The Crimson Rose, which was like 170 pages that I had to read. And I finished that last night. Then I also read 100 pages in my buddy read of Once Upon a River. Yeah, 100 pages in this. Then, of the 2 books that I had to return to the library, I started and finished A Song of Wraith and Ruin. That was good. Finished that. Then, my other library book that I had to return, I did return on time because they were due today, but I did not read it. However, I feel like it's still a win because I found it on audiobook. So even though I had to return it, I am still going to be able to read it post haste. So I will be starting that audiobook probably tomorrow morning, which I'm super pumped about. In addition to that, I had another audiobook that I had to finish. I had about an hour and a half left on, and I did finish that this weekend too. So that was totally a bonus. Now there was that last book, that booktube prize book called Pew, which I can't really tell you about, which makes perfect sense of why, even though I'm in the literal like middle of the book, I have 100 pages left, and I'm gonna let you know I am going to finish this tonight, but I want to get this video uploaded and edited, and I will read while I'm doing that, because if any of you all know, it takes a while to upload and render and all that fun stuff, and I want to get this last clip in so that you know what I accomplished this weekend. But I will finish this 100 pages while I'm doing all of that tonight. So for the mid-month book bash for April, Friday through Monday, I feel like I completely crushed my TBR of doom. So again, let me know in the comments, do you think I crushed it or not? I think I did. Anywho, so let me know, did you enjoy this vlog? Should I do stuff like this more often? I think I had a little bit of fun. When I say think, I know I had a little bit of fun. So until next time, I hope you are reading something great. Hopefully not this much, but something great nonetheless. And taking care, staying safe. As always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.